talk about Arsenal. So they lost again on the weekend. I don't want to make this too much about Arsenal because, as someone who's not an Arsenal fan, I don't really care. But the fact now that they're, was it 5 points from relegation zone, I believe. Yeah. So Burnley's win, or Fulham, Fulham's draw against Liverpool and Burnley's win over Arsenal, excuse me, has meant, and Burnley have got a game in hand by the way as well, has meant Arsenal are only 5 points from 18th place, which is, look, let's be honest, Arsenal have lost 3 out of the last 5. I think they've lost in total 7 at the last 12, 7 in the 12 games they've played so far this season. Look, I mean, we all know, like I said, the last episode or last clip on YouTube, we all know Arsenal are not going to get relegated. That is a fact. I know it's too early for me to say. I know same thing happened with Leeds decades ago, in the early 2000s where they were too big to go down. Same thing with Villa. Same thing with Newcastle. Same thing with, who else was it? A few other teams, not in the Forest, too big to go down, blah 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 blah. Arsenal are too big to go down. Arsenal are not going to get relegated, and let's just draw a line out of that. But it has to be worrying signs for them because something is clearly wrong. Now, like I said in the last episode, I'm not going to go too much into this because I don't want to repeat myself as well after what I just said last week. But it's clear that either Arteta has to go, and the players, pretty much half the team, or they keep Arteta and hope and trust the process and hope that he can fix the mess that he's put them under. Because people are trying to say, oh, these are Wenger's players, these players let him down, but the fact that a manager keeps picking the wrong players firstly, it's always the wrong starting lineup, the wrong tactics. You can't go into a team, for instance, you can't go against a team like Burnley at home and play 2 defensive midfielders in El Neni and Xhaka. Makes no sense whatsoever. I don't get it. I'm not even an Arsenal fan, and it made no sense to me. You saw what happened with the United and City game, and the fact that they played the fact that Arteta played 2 defensive midfielders, and the only attacking midfielder that he's got in his team at some point in time is Ceballos, and he was on the bench. Made no sense. Lacazette, he's got the hairstyle, he looks like Thierry Henry, but he just doesn't play like Thierry Henry. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know where he's got. I think he's got 1 goal this season. Boy, Willian is probably the most how would I say it? Willian has to be the cheapest flop this season. The fact that he's on 300k a week, came for nothing, on 300k a week, and has literally done nothing, brought nothing to the Arsenal attacking line. I don't know how he keeps getting picked every game. Like, it's clear that Arteta is showing favouritism to certain players. Either that or it's either he's showing favouritism to certain players, or he doesn't like certain players, or these players have like some secret on him that they're willing to expose. I don't know what it is, but it's clear that he's not doing. It's clear that something's not right, and he could be the first managerial sacking of the season. Firstly, I'm surprised that there's not been a single managerial sack before Christmas. Usually there's at least 1 or 2. I'm surprised there hasn't been any, to be honest, but he could be the first. And it wouldn't surprise me, any Arsenal fan, probably any football fan that watches the Premier League right now. It wouldn't surprise anyone. But that's sad. But what I did want to talk about is Southampton. Boy oh boy. Right now they sit currently 4th in the Premier League. 2 points behind Tottenham. Now, if you had said to me, I think what was it around this time last season, or maybe a few months prior, last year, 2019, they had gotten beaten 9-1, I think it was, against Leicester, and everyone just thought they're destined for relegation. Ralph Hasenhuttl, I think that's the manager's name, probably going to get sacked. It's all doom and gloom at Southampton, and I don't know what's happened in the summer, but right now they're just like unstoppable. They are incredible right now. The fact that they've lost one of their best midfielders, not the best one still there. But the fact that they lost one of their best midfielders to Tottenham for cheap as well, and they're still, and it's an old school tradition. It's an old school traditional 4-4-2 that they play usually. Sometimes it's a 4-3, 4-5-1, but usually it's 4-4-2 with Shea Adams and Ings up top. Fair enough. Look, they played Sheffield United on the weekend. Sheffield United are doom and gloom. It's all doom and gloom. They're good. They're going to get relegated. But Southampton have just been on an incredible. Apart from Villa, but Villa are not doing too well. Villa went through a bad patch. Now they're kind of getting back there. But Southampton have definitely been the surprise team of the season, and it's hard to believe that they won't get European football. Now, look, I hope that they keep this form up because it's entertaining for the Premier League. There's as many teams as possible that can try and challenge. I use the air quotes there for challenge for the Premier League. Makes it more exciting. Let's be honest. But do I think Southampton are going to win the league? No. I think Leicester are going to win the league? No. But when you look at the table, you've got Liverpool and Tottenham joint top. Leicester 1 point behind them in third. Southampton 2 points behind them in fourth. And then you've got Chelsea 3 points behind them in fifth. And then you've got West Ham in sixth. Then Everton 7th, 8th. And ninth is United and City. And it's just like, this is really, really going to be an interesting Premier League season. Look, do I think Leicester will get in? I don't know. See, my prediction last week was that the top six will start to look like the normal top six that we expect to be at the end of the season. But with the weekend results, it's not going that way at all. I mean, West Ham 6. West Ham. Anyway, look, Southampton. Danny Ings, if he gets another 20 goals this season, I could definitely see them getting Europa League football. Maybe not so Champions League, because I still think United and City will have too much in their arsenal to not finish in the top four. One of them at least. Leicester may bottle it again, and Chelsea are definitely going to be in the top four. So I don't think Southampton will get Champions League football. But Southampton, West Ham, possibly Everton, all have a shout of getting Europa League football, which I think will be incredible. And if they do accomplish that, then I think it'll be a great season for all of them, to be honest. Fucking Theo Walcott is just a changed man at Southampton. But that's what happens when you go that's what happens when you go to a team that make you feel welcome and allow you to express yourself and play football and play you regularly. I mean, I feel like going to Everton was a bad move for him. He was clearly not being used right. Either he wasn't happy there, or the manager just didn't want him there and regret buying him. I don't know, but it just didn't work out for him at Everton. His time at Arsenal was a hit and miss. Sometimes it was a hit, other times it was a miss. But I feel like it's working for him now at Southampton, slowly. So it could be a good. It would definitely seem like a good move for him. Could be great. I want to look at Southampton's actually this Christmas period. Let's see who Southampton have got, because it looks like it could be an interesting Christmas period for them. Okay, so their next 5 games between now and the new year is Arsenal next away. Then they've got Southampton. Then they've got Man City at home. Then they've got Fulham away. Then they've got West Ham at home. And then they've got Liverpool away. And that will be interesting. That will be interesting to see when the Liverpool game comes and goes, where Southampton are in the league. And that may tell you about where they may or may not end up in the season. People talk about Vestergaard being the new VVD, which is funny, but I mean they're the same height and they both play in defence, centre back. But that's pretty much the only comparison you can put them to with. Excuse me. But no, Southampton are doing bits. I'm really happy for them. I really hope they do get into the. I think it'd be funny if they get into the top four. It'd be funny because it means if Chelsea, Man City, United don't get top four, which again I feel like would be hilarious. But again, I don't see them finishing anywhere in the top four. Top six, yes. Seventh, maybe. But not top four. Sorry Saints fans. I don't see it. I mean, you could be Arsenal, but then who hasn't? But other than that, I don't see finishing in the top four this season. Sorry. Thank you everyone for watching. Come to the end of the podcast. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to also rate the podcast. If you listen to this on the podcast app, if you're watching this all on YouTube, then what you're gonna notice. Actually, I should have probably said this at the beginning. So that I've broken it down into like segments now. So on the YouTube clips, instead of me putting up the whole thing for you on one day, I decided to just break it up in segments. So I'll give you different segments of that I've been talking about during the podcast. Could be all, I could release them all on the same day, different times, or on individual days, different days, who knows. I haven't decided yet. So, but if you listen to this on YouTube, then this obviously is the end. And don't forget to subscribe, comment, like, share, all that good stuff. Again, if you listen to this on the podcast app, do similar, share, rate. Helps my platform to grow and gets me recognized as, you know, an up and coming, probably one of the best up and coming football podcast. That's what I care about. I don't really care about any other sports right now. Not right now anyway. But yes, thank you guys once again for listening, and I will be back next week. Check out don't forget to watch some of the midweek games. I haven't looked into that too much because I'm gonna have a busy week, but there could be another random update during the week on my YouTube channel, British Yoruba TV. Don't forget to subscribe. That is BRITISH space YORUBA space TV, British Yoruba TV. Don't forget to also catch me on my socials. How can I forget? British Yoruba 88 on Instagram and British Yoruba on Twitter. See you later. Peace.